Hi, this is Larry from BC Rich Music. Welcome to Street Talk. Here at BC Rich Music, we sell a lot of heavy metal guitars, such as BC Rich, Dean, Jackson, etc. Many of our guitars come with a Floyd Rose tremolo system, which we receive a lot of questions about. So I've asked my guitar tech, Andrew, to show you a few simple tips.
Okay. Floyd Rose, spring tension and the string tension play off each other. The heavier gauge strings you have, the heavier gauge springs, or the tighter your springs are going to have to be. 2.5mm wrench adjusts the saddles that adjust the intonation. You're not going to want to adjust those yourself unless you have a strobe tuner or a professional. You are a professional tech, in which case you're probably critiquing this video. But when you get the guitar in, a lot of times what I do, and what you should do when you get the guitar, is make sure these are tight, because a lot of times at the factory they don't tighten them that much, and when you pull back on the trem or tune the string, raise the pitch of the string, it pulls the saddle up, and then your intonation is destroyed. And honestly, gravity has a lot to do with the pitch of the trem. So when you're tuning it, you're going to want to have it in the playing position. Loosen the nut. Don't have to take them out. Just make them loose so you can tune the strings. Bring the pitch up of any of the strings. The pitch of the rest of the strings go down. So it's a balancing act. A lot of people don't know this. But just as you need to stretch the strings of your guitar when it comes in, you have to also stretch the springs, because the springs will slacken over time. So you get a brand new guitar and you've stretched the strings a lot, and it still goes out of tune, and you're wondering, why is my guitar a piece of junk? You need to stretch the springs first, because you do. It's a knife edge trem. It means that the tremolo pivots, the vibrato pivots on two posts at an angle like this. Ideally, you want the trem to be level with the top of the guitar. And honestly, you can go up or down a tiny bit. Doesn't really make a difference. Who cares? Just as long as you have enough room to go up and down in pitch. And you adjust the action with this little guy right here. 3mm, same as the nut Allen key. That's how you adjust the action of the trem. And you can do neat little double stops. But a pet peeve of mine, and I'm sure it's a pet peeve of anybody who likes to rock. You're playing, you keep playing. Eventually this starts loosening up, and what the heck is wrong with my Floyd Rose trem? Why is the vibrato so loose? I hate that. It drives me crazy. Well, I'm here to keep you sane, my friends. Flathead screwdriver to take the springs off. I take the one on the middle off last, because if you take one of the side ones off, then it's going to pull that sideways and makes it harder to take the springs off. That's where the bar goes in. And this one is tight, but it loosens because this tends to loosen over time. Alright. This is probably the best. Yep. Very level. And you can just tune the guitar like any other guitar. As soon as you're in tune, and the block doesn't pull away far enough for this to fall out, you can actually use a screwdriver and you can tighten this slowly. And as you tighten it, first of all, the string pitch shouldn't change, because this is keeping that from having an effect on it. And as soon as you get the perfect harmony between your springs and your strings, that should fall out. You should stretch your strings 5 minutes per string. And 6-string guitar, that's a half an hour. Now let's forget the springs. But you don't change your springs that often, so you don't have to stretch your springs all the time. You only have to stretch them once. Here we have the DBZ V guitar with the chest cavity on its way here. Headstock broke off, and it must be noted that even though it's impossible to ever change the strings again on this guitar, it's still relatively in tune. You can actually probably play a few gigs with this guitar. But don't bend too much.